Lee, what's the first step in writing a screenplay?
First step in writing a screenplay is making sure that you have a really solid, great idea. Without that killer idea, it doesn't matter how technically sound the script is, it's just not going to resonate. So you have to make sure that the idea, which is the foundation of the script, is solid, is interesting, is different, is exciting. A friend of mine, Dwayne Alexander, wrote a book a few years ago. Dwayne Smith, I keep calling him by his middle name, Dwayne Alexander Smith. Dwayne Smith wrote a book, 10 Simple Fucking Rules for Writing a Great Fucking Screenplay. And 9 of his rules were somewhat technical, and 1 rule was the big idea. And what he said in that book was, listen, I can teach you those 9 other rules, but if you don't follow the 10th, the big idea rule, you're not going to have a script. Because it really is about, and you see this in the pitch rooms, you see this, we're now in an event where people are walking in pitching work that they started 6 months ago or a year ago or a year and a half or 2 years ago, whatever it is, they're walking in, they're pitching. If they don't have that big idea to sell, nobody's reading the work. Because it is about that big idea. It is about that unique character that we haven't seen before. It's about that world that we haven't been in. It's about a conflict that's unique and different. Now, it can always been argued there are 8 great themes, they've all been done and redone, fantastic. But we're still finding new ways to tell great movies. Take, for example, things like, I don't know why I keep going back to Kelly Masterson, but Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. Amazing story, Shakespearean quality, fantastic script, totally different, amazing. Look at movies like Run Lola Run, look at movies that are as simple as Boyhood. It's a different way to tell a story. And what we want to see from a writer is, what is your unique point of view? What is your unique story? So for me, the first and most important step is picking that idea that has real legs, whether it's for a screenplay or for a television pilot. What is unique about it? What's different about it? What's the same about it, so that I can understand where it fits in. It's not too radical. We're not creating whole new worlds, but there is something here that is interesting to me that I haven't seen in this form before. First it's that, then it's starting to outline, to really beat out an idea and see, does it hold? You really have to do those preparatory steps before you jump into the script, because it's much easier figuring out an outline if it doesn't work than figuring out 3 drafts, 500 pages, and 2 years later that you just can't make it work. So you do have to go through those steps. You do have to fix the work. You do have to make sure that it holds, that it has enough promise. Screenwriting is ultimately an iterative process. Nobody gets it right the first time. You're not supposed to. There's a reason why they call the first draft the vomit draft. So you have to go through those iterations. Once you have that idea, you have to give it the right treatment in order to get it to a place where it can be a solid, promising, full of potential piece of work that has some real legs.